Who's a fan of Mr. Trey Songz? Fantastic, me too, now that I know about it. I consider myself educated on this matter. And the reason it's important that we're all educated about Trey Songz is because this is a man who inspires young people to do fantastic things. And everybody out there is all a potential Trey Songz, if you can be a female Trey Songz. Isn't that right? And isn't it about time that we all went...
Now, Trey, he's gonna watch the show just like you guys. He said he doesn't want to sit backstage and just come out for a little while. So he's gonna sit there. If that's all right with you, is it okay if he sits there?
And young girls left to raise children alone. No job and kicked out of home on the benefit system, where you fill in forms and no one listens. So please, listen up when I speak. How many homeless have you seen this week just begging for change? I said begging for change.
We've got a voice, and we're going to use it, and we appreciate you all using that as well. So we are family, and not on our watch. Another one is fresher than that. We have to keep it fresh. We have to keep it fresh for the young audience, for the audience that's watching us and tuning into us, to make sure that the message is relevant. And that's really what brings us to having Trey Songz here today, because
I'm only here for like 4 days total, but no matter where I go in the world, the fact that my voice is heard, the fact that people listen to what I say, is very important to me. And I wanted to use my voice for good. I was fortunate enough to have a mother who really cared about me and who basically sacrificed her own goals to make sure that mine were realized. And a lot of people don't have that. So, not only as I perform, I love to perform, I've reached this point in my life where as though people worldwide know my name. So, as a citizen, as a person, as a human being, it's been instilled in me that it's my responsibility to make sure that I help the world. Because each individual in here can do something to help the world. And you help the world by helping yourself. I'm here for y'all just to show y'all that there is a better everything. There's a better everything. Whatever you want, you can have it. Whatever you wish to achieve, you can grab it. There's nobody that can stop you from getting anything you want but yourself. You put God first and you put everything after that. Like I think after school programs where you go straight from school to an environment where you can study, to an environment where someone's going to help you study, to an environment where you can socialize in a good place, you know what I mean? And like I said, it's more so about keeping it going than finding out what works, because you can find out what works all day, but you got to find out what works and keep it going.
Do you think that when artists talk about negativity in their music and use bad language, do you think that sometimes it has a bad effect on kids?
I think music is, as well as movies or any negativity can reach a child, you know, if it's accessible. And I think it's important that we, as people in the community, myself, Kev, everybody on that panel over there, use our voices for the children that don't have that. You know, because thinking about back in the day, I didn't look up to musicians. I didn't look up to rappers. I looked up to my mother. You know what I mean? I didn't look for anybody to tell me who to be. You know, so for the people that don't have that, I think it's important for us, even as young people, to the younger people, to make sure they have somebody to look at and tell them that you don't have to be whomever you see on TV, on the videos, on the radio.
Basically, the youth in Egypt
made a big difference in the world order today, as we've seen on local news. Do you think that the world governments take youth agenda seriously enough?
I think it's moving toward a way where they have no choice. When you see things like that happen, it's just a step towards the evolution of the world. Like the youth, we have everything in our control. We just have to know how to use the control. It's true. We have to know how to use our minds for power. Yep. You know, and I think that's a beautiful thing that happened in Egypt, and I think that's the beginning of more of that happening everywhere.
We got some really, really special kids in London, and we think the work we do with the Spirit of London Awards really highlights that. And well, we'll be asking Trey to come and perform at either this year's Spirit of London Awards or the Spirit of London Awards in 2012, which of course SBTV are going to be covering.
You're up for 4 awards. Tell me a bit about that.
At the Urban Music Award, I just actually found out about that like, right before you walked in, and that's a blessing, you know.
Yeah.
We'll see if I win any.
Yeah.
But that's a blessing to be even considered.